Story time. You may notice I'm wearing my stethoscope as evidence that I am a nurse because I am not in scrubs as I am on my way to the gym right now. Okay, I'll ask for it, so here we go. Trigger warning. It's gonna be gross. Numerous years ago, I was freshly in the float pool. I used to be an oncology nurse on knock shift. I was floated to a floor that is notorious for having the most interesting cases. It's a medical surgical floor. This particular side was more on the surgical side. This day wasn't really any different than any other day. I had 5 patients, as I usually would, and including this sweet man we'll call Stan. Stan came from home. His nearest hospital was us, but he lived like up in the woods. He was being seen for a diabetic foot wound, and his only other support system at home was his dog, who we'll call Rusty. I like to know patient stories, so I asked the guy, hey, what are we seeing you for? I mean, obviously I knew there was like a diabetic foot ulcer, but I wasn't quite sure where it had come from or like why he presented in the first place. So when I asked him what brought him in, he said his dog, and I was like, wait, what? You're here for diabetic foot ulcer, right? I don't get it. He said it's because his dog fell out of his usual foot care routine. According to Stan, his dog would just lick his foot all the time and keep it clean, and that's why he never had to be seen at the hospital for any type of ulcers or injuries or anything like that, because his dog would just lick his feet, and that's what kept him safe. He said he lost feeling years ago because of the diabetes, and he just never really had any issues. He always trusted Rusty to just handle it. Stan's eyes were pretty bad because of the diabetes. He had retinopathy, so he couldn't see anything but like shapes and movement, but he could see his dog. I guess the night prior to this incident, he had sat down to dinner with his dog, as he usually did, and they both began to eat. And he thought it was a little strange that Rusty had continued to chew on something that looked like a cocktail weenie. He was super big on not feeding him like preserved meats and stuff. He didn't feed him dog food. He only gave him like meat that he got because he was a hunter. He always ate faster than Stan, so Stan was a little surprised when there was still something in Rusty's mouth, but it looked like the dog was kind of chewing on something hard that he was struggling to eat. So he takes the hard thing out of the dog's mouth to see what it was, and that's when he realized that he wasn't actually holding a cocktail weenie. It was his own auto or semi-auto amputating great right toe. And my job was to do the first post-op wound care on it after surgery. I'm pretty recently a vegan, but I'll be damned if I don't think about this story every time someone eats meat around me.